Hello, and welcome to Simply Destinee Unique Incorporated. Today, we start the journey to your unique destiny. Today, we begin to help pull back the layers so that you can find who you truly are at your core. So, are you ready? Set. Well, then let's go. This is a simple 15-minute yoga sequence designed for new yoga practitioners or for those who have been practicing yoga for several years. For me, it is the perfect balance of challenge. It helps with stretching. It allows you to connect deeply to your breath, to fall deeper and deeper and deeper in love with who you are. That has really been a defining benefit of yoga for me. It has really helped me to understand that perfection is not the goal, that the harsher I am on myself, the harsher I am on other people. It allows me to just relax and allow things to be as they are, to understand my boundaries, but to also know that we are all imperfect. And these high standards that we continue to hold each other to as if humans are not allowed to screw up, not allowed to be challenged, not allowed to grow in imperfect ways. It has helped me to become more gracious and patient with myself, and therefore more gracious and patient to other people, more understanding, more cooperative, less judgmental. And when you are able to do that for yourself, it is so much easier to extend those human characteristics to other people. So I invite you to create your space to practice. Remember, it's just 15 minutes. Grab your blocks, your straps, your bolsters, whatever you need to help you feel supported. A mat if you feel it's necessary, or you can do this practice outside on the grass or at the beach, wherever it is that makes you feel grounded and peaceful and connected. So are you ready? We are going to begin. Wherever you decide to practice, make sure that you have plenty of space. We're going to connect to our breath, inhaling, exhaling through the nose, relaxing the muscles in our face, relaxing our jaw, relax the tongue. Allow the shoulders to fall toward the earth as we stand in mountain pose. Taking deep inhale and exhales through our nose. Deep inhale, filling the diaphragm with air, relaxing the shoulders, feeling the diaphragm expand, the ribcage expand as you inhale, exhaling all the way out to the end of the breath. Allowing those shoulders to relax with each breath, feeling the muscles in your face relax with each breath, feeling yourself being supported as you stand strong. Inhaling the arms overhead, coming into a forward fold. Relaxing the neck, relax the shoulders in the back, connecting to your breath, ensuring that your muscles in your face are still relaxed, coming into flat back. You can use a mirror if it's available to you to check your posture. Engage the core, really squeeze those abdominal muscles, pull the shoulders back away from the ears, squeeze the spine with the shoulder blades, and coming back down into a forward fold. Staying connected to the breath. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose, placing the hands on the mat, stepping back into a plank. You are invited to hop back if that's part of your practice. Squeezing your abdominal muscles and your glutes as you hold this posture, making sure that your wrist, elbow, shoulder are in alignment to help create a strong base of support. If a full plank is too much, you can place the knees on the mat. If you can hold a full plank, you're invited to come back. Staying connected to the breath, lifting the hips up toward the ceiling into down dog. Allowing the heels to make contact with the mat as you push your chest back toward your thighs, stretching out the tops of the shoulders, the hamstrings, Lift those hips up a little bit more toward the ceiling to get a little bit more space as you press the chest back toward the thigh. Come up on the toes, down on the heels, up on the toes, down on the heels, staying connected to the breath. Pushing back out into a plank, moving those shoulders close to the body, pushing down into a chaturanga, up into a cobra, releasing the neck. Stretching out the front of the body, the chest, the abdominal muscles. Biceps are engaged as you lower back down. Transitioning into a locust, bringing the hands behind us, palms up toward the ceiling, lifting the heels up toward the ceiling, engaging the low back, staying connected to the breath, continuing to breathe. Moving the arms in front of you and behind you helps to intensify this posture a little bit as you engage the shoulders and lift those heels and palms up toward the ceiling a little bit more before you release all the way out of the posture. Pushing into a tabletop, again checking your alignment, wrist, elbow, shoulders in alignment. Pressing the belly down, curling the spine up, cat-cow, inhaling, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Pushing the hips all the way back toward the heels, extending the fingertips forward, stretching out the low back, connecting to the breath. On the next inhale, coming back into tabletop, I'm going to go into a firebird. So extend one arm in front of you and one leg behind you, pressing firmly into the palm to create a base of support. Squeeze the abdominal muscles and the glutes, helps with balance. And alternate to the opposite leg and the opposite arm. Again, squeeze the abdominal muscles, squeeze the glutes to help maintain your balance. Spread your fingertips to create a stronger base of support. Staying connected to the breath. Inhale, exhale, pushing back into child's pose, extending the fingertips. As you stay connected to the breath, take the top of one wrist and place it on the mat. This helps to stretch out the wrist with the palm flat on the mat and alternate to the other side, taking the top of the palm, placing it on the mat, stretching out the wrist. Inhale back into tabletop, lifting those hips up toward the ceiling. Down dog. Hop up into forward fold if that's available to you. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Continue to inhale and exhale through the nose, staying connected to your breath. Inhale, arms up overhead, coming into chair. Again, if a mirror is available to you to check your posture, use it. If not, there are plenty of physical cues that can help you make sure that you are holding this properly. Squeeze the abdominal muscles, tuck the hips, press your weight back into your heels. The toes should be able to lift up easily. As you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down to heart. Stepping into a wide-legged standing pose, bringing those palms down to the mat, walking over to one side, Bringing your chest toward the thigh, stretching out the hamstring. Coming back to center, walking over to the opposite side. Coming back to center. You can incorporate blocks for poses like that if you are not able to touch the floor at the moment. Blocks are a great way to build the floor up to where you are, but you can still have the benefits of stretching out the lower ligaments in the legs. Inhale those arms back up. Bring the hands to heart. Stepping back into a warrior one. Squeezing those abdominal muscles, facing the torso forward. Staying connected to the breath. Side angle. Lifting back up, going to the opposite side for warrior one. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. Coming into warrior two. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Side angle stretch. Inhale, exhale through the nose. Coming back up, using the body to turn yourself center. Coming back down to a wide-legged forward fold. Placing the palms on the mat if that's available. Pushing up into a goddess. Tucking the hips. Squeezing the abdominal muscles. Modified side angle in a goddess posture. Using the abs to bring the body back to center. So we're working the obliques in this posture. And exhale, coming back up to standing. Pushing the hips forward, allowing the head to drop back, helps to stretch out the abdominal muscles. And it works the low back as you pull yourself back up to center. Squatting down, bringing your feet back together. Transitioning, coming into a tree. With tree pose, you want to avoid putting the foot directly on the knee. You can put it on your ankle, the calf muscle area, or to your upper thigh. Squeeze your abdominal muscles and your glutes. Helps you to maintain your balance. You can use your arms in creative ways once you feel supported and balanced in your legs. Coming to the opposite side, staying connected to the breath, pull that core in, push the legs together, push the heel into the thigh into the heel, squeeze the abs and the glutes, helps with balance. And again, get creative with your arms once you feel strong and supported in the legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And now we're going to sit on our mats. Coming into easy sit pose. Make sure you're sitting on your sit bones. Extending the legs forward into staff. Exhaling, touching the feet. That's available to you. And remember to stay connected to the breath. Continue to breathe, inhaling, exhaling through the nose as you feel the low back being stretched, the hamstrings, the quadriceps, You may even feel the tops of the shoulders. If you're not able to touch your feet with your hands at the time, you can incorporate a strap. So you're going to create the tension. Going to walk your hands down as far as you can on the strap, and you're going to create a pulling sensation that will help you to open up the back of the legs and the low back. Coming into a seated side angle stretch. Again, if that's not available to you at the time, with your hand to touch your toes, you can incorporate a strap. Keep the chest facing forward. Staying connected to the breath. And continue to breathe. Laying flat on the back, bringing your knees up toward the ceiling. Going to cross one foot on top of your thigh, opening that hip. Interlock your fingers behind your thigh and pull it toward your chest, stretching out the hip and the glute. And going to the opposite side, heel on thigh, open the hip, and interlock your fingers behind the other thigh, pulling it toward your chest.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Hugging the knees into the chest. Coming into a spinal twist. So if you got, blessed glutes, you can pull your legging to kind of allow you to get the leg flatter on the ground so you can come into a spinal twist. Doing small circles on the back helps to massage the low back. Coming into a morning stretch, so extending the toes toward the wall in front of you and extend the fingertips toward the wall behind you, stretching through the core, and then releasing all the way down into your resting pose, into Shavasana. And breathe.